Hey folks, it's time for another update, and this one's pretty fun. I just finished implementing raycasting, so I wanted to show off how that's working right now. So I'll start by first moving my mouse around a little bit, and you'll see a couple things happening. The first one is that I have all of this geometry being highlighted, and that is because if I turn on my Sponza model, you'll see that I actually have a bunch of other stuff here that I just wasn't rendering. So when I hover over a scene object, the bounding boxes of all the renderable geometry in that scene object will then be highlighted. So that's pretty cool. And I'll just turn that off for now. Not that it matters. And if I hover and raycast over my Maya model, you will see that she is highlighted. And notice that I am raycasting against the exact geometry of her body, which is pretty cool. It took a little while to get that implemented so it wasn't running super slow, but I'd say it's working pretty well. The way I do this is I first do a raycast against all of the bounding boxes for the geometry in my scene. And then once I get some hits on specific bounding boxes, I then check against the actual mesh that is encapsulated by that bounding box. So yeah, that's working pretty well. Pretty happy about it. One last thing I want to add is that this raycasting is totally separate from the physics backend in my engine. You'll notice I have two cones where my mouse is. One is this inner blue cone and one is the yellow cone. And the blue cone represents an object with a physics collider that is being raycasted. So that is actually PhysX, which is what I use as my physics backend, doing that raycast. And then I have my own raycast as well. So that's great, and that's super useful since not every scene object will have physics associated with it, and users might want to raycast those objects. So yeah, thanks for watching. That's pretty much all I have for the week. Next up, I want to actually implement a unique ID color buffer so that 2D geometry and stuff that's not immediately available in the scene for raycasting can still have mouse interaction. So keep tuning in. Thanks a bunch. Till next time, folks.